Right leg up, breathe in. Pigeon pose for real this time. Slide your right shin forward. Drop the hips down, point the left toes. If the right hip is high off the ground, slide a block or roll a towel underneath the right hip, and then fold your way on down. You can come all the way down flat if that's in your practice. You can also land here onto your forearms. You can slide blocks under your forearms if you need to bring the ground higher, right? Choose the height that feels the best for your body here. And then just sink into the shape and surrender. So you can press a little more weight onto the left thigh. Thinking about drawing the right hip in a little more, drawing the right knee back. Engage into the right glute. And then soften through the rest of the body. So you can just melt on down into the ground. You can stay passive. If there are any variations you'd like to add into your pigeon, feel free to add those in today. I won't break them down. Totally optional. If you'd like to take mermaid binding, king pigeon, twists. But sometimes it's nice to just keep things simple. You can appreciate the breath and the shape even more. Feel the belly massage against the right leg as the breath travels in and out of the body. Good. If you're working on a variation, come on out of it. Walk your hands in, lift up through the chest. Swing your left leg around in front of you. Let's set up for a variation on Janu Sirsasana. So right ankle to the left thigh in that same figure four shape we've been working with. Or you can take the half lotus variation, top of the right foot to that left hip crease, point the right toes. And then plant the fingers behind you, a little twist towards the left leg, and fold your way on down. And if you get folded and you find that the half lotus variation is too much and there's pain in your right knee, then come out of it and readjust your foot into the figure four position instead. One option's not better than the other. Be kind and gentle with your body. Let the right ribs get heavier as the chest falls into the left thigh. And so you can keep elongating through the spine as you widen your seat behind you. Maybe you can inch your chest forward a little more and get a deeper fold. Again, observe all the sensations that the breath causes throughout the body, not just the sensation of the air moving in and out, but all the other sensations that are driven from the breath. Rising and falling of the belly, releasing of the back body, softening of the muscles, surrendering of the mind. Good. And then roll your way back up. Step your left foot in as you rebend your left knee. Take your right ankle to the left thigh in the figure four shape if you're not there already. And then prop fingers behind you and reach up through the chest again. And here you want to keep moving your right knee forward, but flex through the right foot a lot. So you're going to feel it right here into that glute. Good. And if this is already a really intense stretch, you're going to stay here. Otherwise, let's dive our elbows underneath the calf and bring the right shin into the chest more. Good. And then you can stay here. Keep reaching up through the chest. If you find that you're curling in, then let your left foot move forward a little more so that you don't have to be so upright. From here, optional to take a bind, release your right arm out from underneath, bend your right elbow behind your head. Your right hand can come to the neck, Or if you can bind your fingers here, you can bind your fingers and lay your head back into your right forearm even more. You can stay here, or you can try and play with the balance of extending your left foot off the ground, right? It's a mixture of Navasana boat pose, balancing on the tailbone, and the figure four shape. Awesome, come on out of it. It can be a tricky one. Release. Set your left shin down, full figure four. Take your right ankle to the top of your left knee, and then your left ankle is directly underneath your right knee. So it's full figure four, also called fire log. Fingertips bent behind you. If this is too much, you can elevate on a block. You can even slide a block here underneath your right knee. For some of us, your knee might be really high up, depending on your flexibility. And then rearrange the flesh of your seat here. Reach up through the chest, start to fold forward to the best of your ability. If you can go further, the forearms will slide down onto the ground. Drop the chest, drop the head. Flex both feet the entire time. Engage the right glute. Beautiful. And then roll your way back up. Cross at the shins, plant your palms in front, come back into your down dog. If you want a vinyasa here to even out through the sides, you can take that. Otherwise, stay in your down dog. Let's take the left side, left leg up, inhale. Left shin swings forward, pigeon pose. Take your time to set up any cushioning you need underneath your left hip so that the pelvis is even, right? So what we don't want is to collapse onto one side and the right hip to roll up. We want them to be as even as possible, and then start to find your sweet spot, folding forward, landing on forearms or blocks, or coming even further, releasing the chest closer to the ground. Shift a little more weight onto the right hip point. Pigeon pose is one of those shapes that you need to be slowly welcomes into. All right, it's an invitation from your body and your breath to move into this asana posture. And take a few moments here to really let the hips start to release. And then after a few breaths, if you took options and variations on the other side, you'll play with those same ones on the left side, whether it was adding in the back bend with a mermaid bind or taking a twist. Your eyes are closed so that third eye can see more clearly as you scan through the body. See where there's places that you're tensing up or holding something. And just soften there and release and breathe and be kind and be loved and be held. You're working on your variations, unravel your way out. Let's walk our hands back in to lift up through the chest. Swing your right leg around in front of you. Figure four, left ankle to right thigh, close up towards the knee, or if you're going for the half lotus variation, point the left foot and set the top of the foot into the hip crease, right? So if you're taking lotus variation, left foot pointed. If you're taking figure four, left foot flexing. And then fingertips bent behind you, flex your right foot, little twist towards your long leg, and then fold your way on down. Hands will find whatever they do. Calf, ankle, foot, floor. Let the back body get heavy into the front of the body. Let the front body get heavy into the right leg. One more full breath in here, and a full breath out. Good. Roll your way back up. Step your right foot into the mat. Take your left ankle up towards the knee, staying on the thigh, fingertips behind you for your figure four shape, seated. Been in this variation many times already now in different forms. One of the fun things about the yoga practice is to see how the same shape just keeps showing up, different reincarnations of it. Good. You're staying here, or if you're going further, dive your elbows underneath your calf. Hug your left shin into your chest. Sit up even taller. Maybe it feels good to rock it around there. Stay here if this is intense and enough for you. If you're going for the bind, release your left arm up by your left ear. Bend your left elbow. Fingertips clasp one another. Head lays back into the forearm. Stay here. If you're going to go for the balance on the tailbone, lift your right leg. You might wobble. Stay strong through the belly. Reach up through the heart. Send your right toes long away from you. Keep breathing. Flex your left foot more. Wing your left knee forward. And then come on out of it. Unravel your arms. Drop your right shin down first, and then set your left shin right on top. Full fire log, 2 figure fours. Ankles and knees align. So when you look down, your shins should be in one straight line, right? So the knees aren't bent so much that the feet are in. Really look for that long line of the shins so that it looks like your toes are hanging out in front of the knees. Fingertips behind you. Sit up on a block or a blanket or a pillow if you need it. Put any support underneath your left knee if it doesn't touch down to the bottom foot. And then stay upright or start to inch your way forward, stopping at any point along the way that it feels like you have found that edge of effort and ease. Keep widening the seat back behind you. So there is an element of back bending in our forward folds. Keeps the low back nice and spacious. Keep hooking your toes inwards. Flex the feet a lot. Press your heel bones in opposite directions. Every breath helps you soften a little more. And then roll your way back up. Gently unravel the legs. Tarasana, soles of the feet together in front of you. Big diamond shape. Knees wide. Reach up through the chest. Fold your way on down. Forehead drops in. If it doesn't go too far, you could even put some blocks here underneath your forehead to bring the ground up towards you. If the forehead can drop towards the feet, then allow it to do so. Feel the stretch into the outer hips, into the glutes, into the IT bands. Good. Roll your way back up. Come onto your backside right away. And then take your feet as wide as your mat. Hands rest your low belly for a moment. Knock your knees in. And just let the low back widen. And let the front of the chest collapse into the back of the ribs. Let the back of the ribs get even heavier down into the ground. Right, imagine you're laying on a lounge chair on the white sands in front of a blue ocean. Daydream about that until it's possible. Get so relaxed that eventually it'll feel like maybe there's only breath left. Good. Keep your left foot exactly where it is. Figure 4 your right ankle towards your left thigh, close up towards the knee, and then drop the knees over to the right side for a twist. And so your left foot is still lined up with the left side of your mat. So it's a wider twist here, a little bit more gentle, a little more spacious. Flex your right foot, and then your right foot is pressing down into the outer left thigh to help you open into the outer left leg even more. And then you can drop your chin towards your left shoulder. Let the bones get heavy. Keep both shoulders anchoring down into the ground. Good. And then untwist. Step your right foot back to the ground. Feet as wide as the mat, knees still bent. And then left ankle to the right thigh, outside the knee, and then twist your way in the other direction. Knees drop over towards the left side there. Your chin's going to drop over here towards the right side. Flex both of your feet here. Press down into your left foot. You're giving yourself an assist here to help open into the right side of the waist. And then your eyes are going to close. You're going to settle into the shape. You're going to relax. And let all the breath leave the body, trusting that the next breath will come after. Untwist yourselves, free up your feet. Draw your knees wide into your shoulders here, hug into the shins. Keep the shins parallel so that the hips are a little bit more open. Press the shins down into the backs of the thighs. Press the thighs down into the outer surroundings of the torso. It's like a child's pose, flipped upside down. Happy baby. To close it out, grab to the outer edges of your feet, soles of the feet up, knees down. If this is too much and you can't get your knees to fold into almost a 90-degree angle, then you hold to your ankles instead, or you hold to your calves, right? But if you find that grabbing your feet makes it so that the shins stay more parallel to the ground, definitely shift your hands so that you can get that more vertical line here of the calves. And if you want to rock, you'll rock it side to side, massage the back body against the earth. If you feel happy in your stillness, then that is where you'll stay. Let the shoulders drop heavy down into the ground. Let the hands get heavy into the soles of the feet. That will help you open into the inner groin. Relax muscles in the face. Soften through everything. Good. Release your hands. Hug your knees into your chest. Final shapes of your choice if you need them. If you don't need them, Shavasana is calling for you. Legs will go long onto your mat. Eyes closed, arms alongside the trunk of the body, the torso, palms face up. Make sure there's some space between your hands and your hips here, right? So that you can let everything air out here and ventilate. Let the energy flow. And then with the two eyes closed, observe the breath traveling in and out of the body. And then let's collectively take a huge breath in and fill up as much as you can. Sip in all the air. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and hold. Hold the breath there at the very top. Sip in a little more air, and then a little more air, and hold. So much so that it feels like your lungs can't hold any more. Huge sigh out. Collective sigh of relief. Release the burden from your shoulders, from the places that they were stuck within the physical body, and find that softness and travel into your final rest, your stillness of Shavasana. And then connect here into the subtle body, the energy body, and commit into the stillness. If you need to stay longer in your stillness, then stay exactly as you are. If you're ready to come out, take a conscious breath in through the nose, a gentle release out through the lips. Return to the natural rhythm of your breathing, surrendering any control over it, just letting it be automatic and natural. Breath, such a gift. And we forget that because we consider it one of the most basic rights as a human to have. And when that basic right is denied to anybody, we have to show up and speak up. Let our voices become part of the collective to bring about change. Step your feet into the mat, stretch your arms long over your head, reawaken your mind, reawaken your thoughts, reawaken the way you see things. Tip over onto your right side, find the foundation of the ground supporting you as you cradle yourself here for a moment and let the practice melt into your body. And your hands will find the ground and press you back up to sit. Palms meet in a prayer at the center of your chest. Rise your heart up into your thumbs. Press your thumbs back into your heart. Feel that connection. Feel the breath traveling in and out of the body as you feel the chest rising and falling against your hands. Feel gratitude for that breath. And then be sure you turn that gratitude into action. Collective Om to all those out there that need it the most in this moment. Full breath in. Pray up to your third eye, space between your eyebrows. Seal your practice in as you fold your way down. Inhale to rise. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I'll see you soon.